30, the 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Elliott on first down going absolutely nowhere. He'll lose about 3 on the play. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now on second and 13, Prescott. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The numbers for Ajayi last week, 13 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Throwing on second and 8. Fitzpatrick caught the tight end Walford. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal. This drive's shaping up pretty good. A quick 1-2 combination on a pair of plays, and they've got it right on the doorstep.
They're making it look easy, aren't they? And you and I both know it's certainly not easy. It's a lot of hours of preparation, execution, practice going into this drive. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a fantastic return all the way down to the 20.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
He's got his man here. It's Green. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Fitzpatrick on first down. Completes it to Ajayi. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night, they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. They'll fight forward for a couple down. Inside the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, but it's going to be second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that's Elliott. Complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 8 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Cooper's got it. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Forbath, the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine.